Associations are great at developing content. Webinars, magazines, newsletters, member emails. There's so much time and effort that you put into making content that's useful for your members. But are you leveraging all that content to its fullest potential? What if I told you you were doing too much extra work in developing new content? You probably have quite a lot of content that you could repackage and recycle for use on other platforms. We're going to go over Keystone content, looking at different ways you can pull it apart and repackage big pieces of important content you generate to get your audience to actually pay attention. Taking an annual report, for example. Let's say you send it out every year as a printed piece to your membership and follow up with a PDF by email. There were probably thousands of dollars of work that went into that annual report, from the research to the writing to the design. I challenge you to think about places you could take it further. How can you break that up into bite-sized pieces that people can easily digest? Make a mini marketing plan for that content. You can check out how to create a marketing plan from our last video, where we took a deep dive into channels, audience, tactics, partnership, and timing. Let's think about your channels. What owned channels do you have, and how could you leverage them to get that report out? If you're just sending the full report by email and calling it a day, you're missing the boat. What if the board gets an email with an engaging animated GIF about the financials that makes them want to click and read more? Now, what about your audience? Think about your different audiences that might have different need stakes. Maybe your board would care more about the financials, but volunteers care more about a new initiative that you launched. How can you get that bite-sized information into the hands of the people who are most interested? What if the volunteers are sent an email about the details of that new initiative from the annual report that takes them to a page to sign up to help out? Are there partners that would care about certain pieces of the report? Perhaps a shortened version could be turned into a video year in review that partners could share with their networks and let them know what you're up to. That video could also be potentially used on your social media channels. Maybe your CEO should be giving commentary from the annual report and sending out a short series of videos or a write-up for social media or email. The content is already there. They would just need to repackage it and talk about it from their perspective. How does this tie into your timing? Lastly, the annual report goes out at a certain time of the year, but that doesn't mean all of this additional content needs to go out at the same time. Maybe the content around your new initiative could be held off until you have a big event push in 6 months. Dust off the annual report content and recycle it then. There is no law you have to put it out there all at once. Leverage timing to what you're trying to accomplish with that bite of information, and don't tie it to the arbitrary release date. That's only one example of a type of Keystone content that could be more effectively leveraged. There are so many other types of content that you develop that you could use that same exercise on. When you have something really big that you've gotten off the ground, run it through your mini marketing plan questions. What are your channels, audience, tactics, partnerships, and timing? How can you break that up to address those 5 lanes? And what are the ways you could remix it? Think outside of sending PDFs and flipbooks and start exploring videos, animated GIFs and emails, even commentary from the CEO or other employees. Once you start looking at that big piece of content, whatever that is, as the starting point to build from, you can find many different ways to remix that content and different channels to get it out in the world. Not only is it going to be more efficient for you to recycle all that work you've already done, but your audience has a better chance of actually retaining what you're trying to tell them. Don't make the mistake of just doing one big thing and picking on 1 or 2 ways to get out in the world. Make sure you're fully leveraging all of your owned channels and take advantage of those email addresses, social media followers, mailings, and newsletters. If your Keystone content isn't showing up on all your owned channels, you should be asking yourself why. And how can you package it in the optimal way for the audience on that channel? This does not have to be expensive. The hard part is already done. The research is in the can. The main point has been decided. The graphic look and feel is there. Take the final step to really give yourself more bang for all of that time and effort. Do you like the idea but aren't sure where to start? Give us a call for a free consult.